Most people live their entire lives trapped in a predictable reality, unaware they possess the extraordinary power to rewrite their existence entirely. Today, I will reveal the shocking truth about how your mind can reshape your physical world. In the next few minutes, I'll share groundbreaking research that proves something revolutionary. Your thoughts are not just random neural impulses, but quantum instructions that can transform your biology, circumstances, and life trajectory. Consider these mind bending statistics: 95% of our daily thoughts are unconscious and repetitive. We're running the same mental programs daily like a computer stuck in an endless loop. But what if you could reprogram that system? What if you could rewrite your internal code and unlock capabilities beyond your imagination? My decades of neuroscience research have uncovered something extraordinary. Individuals have demonstrated remarkable abilities through precise meditation techniques and conscious intention, spontaneous healing from incurable diseases, manifesting radical life changes and accessing states of consciousness that defy conventional understanding. In one remarkable study, participants practicing advanced meditation techniques showed measurable changes in their brain's neural pathways within 8 weeks. Their genetic expression shifted, their immune systems transformed, and their perception of reality changed. This isn't motivation. This isn't wishful thinking. This is quantum science revealing humanity's hidden potential. Today, I'll guide you through the exact mechanisms of how your thoughts generate your reality. You'll discover how consciousness creates matter, the neurological secrets of breaking habitual thought patterns, techniques to reprogram your subconscious mind, and the quantum physics behind manifestation. By the end of this video, you will not only understand these principles intellectually, but also have a step-by-step blueprint for becoming the architect of your own reality. Welcome to the Vibrational Vortex channel, where science meets transformation. If you're ready to shatter the limitations of your current reality, hit that subscribe button. Your quantum journey starts now. Let's dive into the incredible power of the mind-body connection. My journey into this fascinating field began with a personal experience that changed my life forever. Back in 1986, I was in a terrible accident that left me with a broken spine. Doctors told me I needed invasive surgery, but I made a bold decision to heal myself using the power of my mind. How is that even possible? It all comes down to the intricate connection between our thoughts and physical body. Our brains are incredibly complex, and there's mounting evidence that our thoughts can profoundly influence our physical health. I began visualizing my spine healing, dedicating every waking moment to this mental process. I combined my knowledge as a chiropractor with intense meditation, focusing on repairing my body from the inside out. The results were nothing short of miraculous. After just 10 and a half weeks, I stood on 2 feet. And by 12 weeks, I was back at work and even training for my next race. This experience wasn't just about personal healing, it sparked a burning curiosity in me. I wanted to understand the science behind what happened and explore whether others had experienced similar phenomena. This led me on a journey across 17 countries, interviewing hundreds of people who had experienced spontaneous remissions. What I discovered was groundbreaking. People from all walks of life, regardless of race, gender, or background, had healed themselves using the power of their minds. This research formed the foundation of my work, and I've dedicated my life to sharing these insights with others. Remember, your mind has an incredible ability to shape your reality and even your physical health. It's not just about positive thinking, it's about harnessing the true power of your consciousness to create real, tangible change in your life. All right, let's talk about something fascinating: neuroplasticity. Now, don't let that big word scare you off. It's a simple concept with mind blowing implications. Neuroplasticity is your brain's superpower to rewire itself. That's right, your brain isn't fixed, it's constantly changing based on your thoughts and experiences. You can use this to your advantage. You can reshape your brain by consciously working on your thought patterns and behaviors. It's like being the architect of your mind. Think about that for a second. What habits and thoughts do you have right now? They're not set in stone. You have the power to change them, to break free from old patterns that might be holding you back. Many of us are stuck in the habit of being ourselves. We repeat the same thoughts, feelings, and behaviors daily, year after year. It's like we're running on autopilot. But what if I told you that you could break that cycle? Could you create a new, more upbeat version of yourself? That's what personal transformation is all about. It starts with becoming aware of your current patterns. What thoughts do you repeat to yourself? What emotions do you frequently experience? Once you're aware, you can begin to make changes. It's not always easy, but it's incredibly powerful. Through practices like meditation and mindfulness, you can start to reprogram your mind. You can introduce new thoughts, visualize new possibilities, and create new neural pathways. Remember, whenever you choose a new thought or behavior, you're rewiring your brain. You're breaking the habit of being your old self and creating a new, improved version. Isn't that amazing? Let's venture into some mind bending territory, the quantum field. It sounds like something from a sci fi movie, but stick with me here. The quantum field is this incredible realm of infinite possibilities. It's where everything that could exist, well, exists. Imagine you're standing in a room with two mirrors facing each other. You see infinite reflections stretching out into the distance when you look in one mirror. Each of those reflections represents a different potential reality. That's what the quantum field is like. It contains every possible version of you, every possible outcome of every situation. In the quantum field, you're not bound by the limitations of space and time. You can tap into possibilities that exist beyond your current reality. It's like having access to infinite alternate dimensions, each slightly different from the last. But how do we access this field? Well, it's all about consciousness. When you enter a deep meditative state and become nobody, no one, nothing, nowhere, in no time you're tapping into the quantum field. You become pure consciousness, aware of nothing but yourself. And in that state, you can become conscious of new possibilities. You can visualize a reality where your current challenges don't exist. And here's the kicker: you're changing your energy. When you become aware of that possibility, you're tuning into the frequency of that new reality. It's like changing the channel on a radio, but instead of music, you're tuning into a whole new version of your life. Let's discuss something fascinating: the connection between your heart and brain. Now, we often think of the brain as the control center of our body, but the heart plays a much more significant role than you might think. Did you know that your heart has a measurable magnetic field? It's true, and it's powerful. This magnetic field isn't just some remarkable scientific fact, it impacts your life and the world around you. When your heart and brain work together in harmony, we call that coherence. It's like they're dancing to the same rhythm. And when you achieve this coherence, something magical happens. You start to tap into your true potential. How do we create this heart brain coherence? It all starts with our emotions. When we cultivate positive emotions like gratitude, joy, or love, our hearts beat more coherently. This coherent pattern sends a signal to your brain that it's time to create. Your brain responds by shifting into alpha waves, the state where you can imagine, dream, and open your mind to new possibilities. Think of your heart as a springboard. When you open and activate your heart, you're not just feeling good, you're setting the stage for creation. You're generating an electromagnetic field spanning 3 to 10 feet around you. That's right. Your emotions are changing the energy field around you. And when you combine this heart coherence with a clear intention from your brain, you're broadcasting a powerful signal into the quantum field. You're tuning into the frequency of your desired future and drawing it towards you. It's like falling in love with your future before it even happens. Let's talk about something truly transformative: the power of the present moment. Most of us spend our lives stuck in a predictable timeline. We're constantly rehashing the past or worrying about the future. But here's the thing: the magic happens when we step out of that timeline and into the present moment. You're no longer bound by your past experiences or future expectations when fully present. You're tapping into a realm of infinite possibilities. It's like stepping off a predetermined path and into a field where anything can happen. This is where true transformation occurs. Think about it. How often do you catch yourself running through the same old thought patterns? You may be replaying an argument or stressing about an upcoming deadline. These thoughts keep us trapped in a loop, preventing us from experiencing the fullness of the present moment. But something incredible happens when you learn to anchor yourself in the now. You start to notice things you've never seen before. You become more aware of your surroundings, body, and thoughts. In this state of heightened awareness, you can make conscious choices about how you want to think, feel, and act. Let's explore something exciting: how our emotions can shape our reality. We often think of emotions as reactions to what's happening around us. But what if I told you that your emotions are powerful tools for creation? You're not just feeling good when you experience elevated emotions like gratitude, joy, or love, you're changing your energy field. These positive emotions raise your vibration, making you more in tune with the possibilities of the quantum field. Think of it like this: your emotions are like a magnet, attracting experiences that match their frequency. When you're constantly feeling stressed or anxious, you're likely to attract more stressful situations. But when you cultivate positive emotions, you start to draw positive experiences into your life. I'm not talking about just putting on a happy face and pretending everything's great. This is about genuinely feeling these elevated emotions. One powerful technique is emotional rehearsal, where you vividly imagine a desired future event and allow yourself to feel its positive emotions. For example, let's say you want to land your dream job. Instead of worrying about the interview, spend time each day visualizing yourself confidently answering questions, connecting with the interviewers, and ultimately getting the offer. I feel the joy and excitement of that moment. When you do this consistently, you're not just preparing mentally, you're tuning your energy to attract that outcome. Let's get into some fascinating stuff: the biology of change. We used to think that our genes were our destiny, that we were stuck with whatever hand we were dealt. But thanks to the field of epigenetics, we now know that's not true at all. Epigenetics shows us that our thoughts and emotions can influence genes expression. Each cell has a little switch, and our thoughts and feelings can flip that switch on or off. This means we have way more control over our biology than we ever realized. When you change your thoughts and emotions, you're not just changing your mood, you're changing your body at a cellular level. Whenever you choose a new idea or cultivate a positive emotion, you send a new signal to your genes. Think about that for a second. Every time you practice gratitude, visualize a positive future, or choose love over fear, you're reprogramming your body. You're telling your cells to operate in a new way. Over time, this can lead to profound changes in your health, energy levels, and physical appearance. It's not a one time thing. Just like you need to exercise regularly to stay in shape, you must consistently practice these new thought patterns and emotional states to create lasting change. It's about becoming supernatural through practice, about making these new states your new normal. Let's talk about one of our biggest challenges: breaking free from our past. So many of us are held back by old beliefs, past traumas, or emotional addictions that keep us stuck in the same patterns. Your past doesn't have to dictate your future. You have the power to create a new personality and a new reality. But to do that, you must become aware of the subconscious programs running your life. Start by paying attention to your habitual thoughts and reactions. Notice when you fall into old patterns. Are there certain situations that constantly trigger the same emotional response? These are clues to the subconscious beliefs that are shaping your reality. Once you're aware of these patterns, you can change them. This is where meditation becomes incredibly powerful. When you meditate, you create space between your thoughts. You step back and observe your mind rather than being caught up in it. In this space, you can start to introduce new thoughts and beliefs. You can visualize the person you want to become, free from old limitations. And here's the amazing part: your brain doesn't know the difference between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. So when you consistently visualize your new self, you're rewiring your brain to support that new reality. You're not your past. You're not your emotions. You're not your habits. You are a conscious being with the power to create a new future. It takes work and practice, but the potential for transformation is always there, waiting for you to tap into it. Let's explore something I'm passionate about: the science of meditation. Meditation might sound woo to some of you, but stick with me here. There's some fascinating science behind it. When we meditate, we change our brain waves. In our normal waking state, we're usually in beta brain waves when our mind is busy, jumping from thought to thought. But when we meditate, we start to slow down those brain waves. We move into alpha, which is a more relaxed, creative state. And if we go deeper, we can reach theta and even delta waves. When we're in these slower brainwave states, we have direct access to our subconscious mind. It's like opening a door to a room you don't usually get to see. And in this room, we can start to reprogram our deepest beliefs and patterns. Think about it: your subconscious mind is like a computer running in the background. It controls all sorts of things without you even realizing it. But when you meditate, you get to peek behind the curtain and change that programming. When you're in these deeper states, you're more suggestible. That means the new thoughts and beliefs you introduce have a much more significant impact. It's like planting seeds directly into fertile soil. With regular practice, These new thoughts can grow into new habits, beliefs, and ultimately a new reality. Let's discuss something that's often dismissed but is actually incredibly powerful: the placebo effect. Most people think of the placebo effect as a trick or illusion. But what if I told you it demonstrates the mind's incredible power to heal the body? When someone takes a placebo and experiences healing, it's not because of the sugar pill. Their belief in the treatment triggered fundamental physiological changes in their body, and their mind instructed their body to heal. Imagine if we could harness this power intentionally. That's what my work is all about. We're not talking about tricking ourselves with fake pills. We're talking about consciously using the power of belief to create fundamental, measurable changes in our bodies. When you genuinely believe something is possible, your brain doesn't distinguish between that belief and reality. It starts to produce the exact chemicals and hormones that would be present if that thing were happening. So, if you believe you'll heal, your body starts to create the conditions for healing. It's not just about positive thinking. It's about creating such a clear and vivid picture in your mind that your body responds as if it's real. It's about feeling the emotions of being healed before you're healed. When you do this consistently, you're reprogramming your body at a cellular level. Let's venture into some mind expanding territory: energy fields and human potential. This might sound a bit out there, but bear with me. There's some fascinating science behind it. Every single one of us has an energy field. It's not some mystical aura, it's a measurable electromagnetic field generated by our heart and brain. This field extends beyond our physical body and interacts with the world. This energy field isn't just a byproduct of our biological processes. It's a powerful tool that we can learn to harness. When we change our thoughts and emotions, we change the frequency of our energy field. Think of it like this: your energy field is like a broadcast signal. Whatever frequency you're broadcasting, whether it's stress, joy, fear, or love, is what you're likely to attract back to you. It's like tuning a radio. You need to change the frequency to hear a different station. We're not just passive receivers of energy, we're active creators. With practice, we can learn to influence matter with our consciousness consciously. This isn't some new age mumbo jumbo, it's been demonstrated in scientific experiments. For example, studies have shown that focused intention can influence random number generators. Other experiments have demonstrated that human consciousness can affect the behavior of photons. We're just scratching the surface of understanding these phenomena, but the implications are enormous. Let's discuss one of the most powerful tools for creating change: mental rehearsal. This isn't just daydreaming or wishful thinking. It's a deliberate practice that can rewire your brain and prime your body for future events. When you vividly imagine an experience, your brain doesn't distinguish between that imagined experience and reality. It starts forming new neural connections like you were having that experience. This is why athletes often use visualization techniques to improve their performance. But we can take this even further. When you combine vivid visualization with elevated emotions, you're not just creating new neural pathways, you're also changing your body's chemistry. You're preparing your body for a new future. You want to become more confident in public speaking. Instead of just hoping for the best, you can start mentally rehearsing successful speaking experiences. Imagine yourself standing on stage feeling calm and composed. Visualize the audience as engaged and responsive to the emotions of confidence and success. When you do this consistently, you're not just preparing mentally, you're creating new synaptic connections in your brain. You're training your nervous system to feel comfortable in that situation. And you're priming your body to produce the right chemicals like dopamine and serotonin when you get on stage. The key is to make these mental rehearsals as vivid and emotionally engaging as possible. Use all your senses. What do you see? What do you hear? How does your body feel? The more accurate you can make it in your mind, the more influential the effect will be. Let's venture into some exciting territory: supernatural abilities in human evolution. I know this might sound like science fiction, but hear me out. The potential of the human mind and body goes far beyond what most of us realize. Throughout history, people have demonstrated extraordinary abilities, things like telepathy, precognition, or even influencing physical objects with their minds. For a long time, these were dismissed as myths or hoaxes. But now we're starting to understand the science behind some of these phenomena. For example, we now know that humans can perceive information beyond our five basic senses. Studies have shown that our bodies can react to future events before they happen, a phenomenon known as presentiment. Other research has demonstrated that people can influence random number generators with their thoughts. These aren't just isolated anomalies, they represent the next step in human evolution. As we learn to tap into the quantum field and harness the power of our consciousness, we're unlocking potentials that have always been there, just waiting to be accessed. And it's not just about individual abilities. There's growing evidence for the power of collective consciousness. When large groups of people focus their attention on the same thing, it can have measurable effects on the world around them. Some researchers have even found correlations between global events and changes in Earth's magnetic field. Imagine a world where we could harness this collective power for positive change and use our combined consciousness to promote healing, peace, and evolution. It sounds far fetched, but we're just beginning to understand our true potential as a species. Let's discuss something compelling: the role of intention in creating your reality. When I say intention, I'm not just talking about wishful thinking or setting goals. I'm talking about a focused, energized thought that has the power to shape your experiences and even the world around you. Everything in the universe is energy, including your thoughts, when you have a specific energetic frequency. And when you set a clear intention according to the law of attraction, like attracts like. So the energy you put out is what you'll get back. But here's where many people go wrong. They set an intention, but then they spend most of their time focusing on what they don't want or worrying about how they'll achieve their goal. That's like trying to tune your radio to two different stations simultaneously. You must align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with your intention. So, how do you do this? Start by getting crystal clear on what you want. Visualize it in vivid detail. What does it look like? How does it feel? Immerse yourself in the experience of already having what you desire. This isn't just positive thinking, you're tuning your energy to the frequency of your desired outcome. You need to align your actions with your intention. If you want to be healthier but eat junk food and skip exercise, you're sending mixed signals to the universe. Your actions need to support your intention. Setting an intention is like planting a seed. You need to nurture it with your focus, emotions, and actions. It takes practice and persistence, but when you master it, you become the actual creator of your reality. Let's tackle a big challenge that many of us face when trying to change our lives, overcoming the body's resistance. You see, our bodies are creatures of habit. They like predictability and routine, even if that routine isn't serving us well. This is what I call the habit body. It's the part of us that resists change and wants to keep things the same, even when our minds are ready for something new. It's why you might feel tired or uncomfortable when you start a new exercise routine, or why you crave your old foods when you're trying to eat healthier. You can overcome this resistance. The key is to understand that discomfort is a natural part of the change process. When you start doing something new, your body might protest at first. It might send you signals to go back to your old ways. This is where many people give up, thinking it's too hard or that they're not cut out for change. But if you can push through this initial discomfort, something amazing happens. Your body starts to adapt. Those new neural pathways we talked about earlier begin to strengthen. The new behaviors begin to feel more natural. Here's a powerful technique to help you through this process when you feel that resistance coming up. Remind yourself that it's just your body's old programming. It's not the real you. The real you is the one who decides to change and wants to grow and evolve. Then, instead of fighting the discomfort, try to observe it with curiosity. What does it feel like in your body? What do you think? By bringing awareness to these sensations without judgment, you can start to dissipate their power over you. The breakthrough comes after a breakdown. That moment when you feel like giving up is often right before a significant shift. So keep going, stay consistent, and trust the process. Your body will catch up to your mind's new vision. Let's dive into something crucial for personal transformation: self regulation. Now, when I say self regulation, I'm talking about your ability to manage your internal states, both emotionally and physiologically. Think of it like this: your body is constantly sending signals to your brain about its state. When you're stressed, your body sends stress signals. When you're relaxed, it sends different signals. These signals then influence your thoughts and feelings, creating a feedback loop. The problem is that many of us are stuck in negative loops. We get stressed, which makes our body tense up, which makes us more stressed, and so on. But here's the good news: you can interrupt this cycle. You can learn to regulate your internal states, creating a more positive loop. One powerful technique for this is coherence breathing. This involves taking slow, deep breaths, about 5 seconds in and 5 seconds out. When you do this, you're changing your heart rate variability, which signals calm to your brain. Another important aspect of self regulation is emotional management. This doesn't mean suppressing your emotions. Instead, you should learn to observe them without being controlled by them. When you feel a strong emotion coming up, try to pause and name it. I'm feeling angry or I'm feeling anxious. This simple labeling can create some distance between you and the emotion. Meditation is also a powerful tool for self regulation. Regular meditation can change the structure of your brain, increasing your ability to manage stress and emotions. The goal isn't to never feel negative emotions, it's to navigate them effectively and return to a balanced state more quickly. When you master self regulation, you're no longer at the mercy of your internal states. You become the captain of your ship, able to steer yourself towards your desired outcomes. Let's talk about something really exciting: how to access the quantum field in your daily life. I know quantum field might sound like something out of a sci fi movie, but it's a fundamental aspect of our reality that you can learn to work with. The quantum field is essentially the realm of all possibilities. It's where everything that could exist, well, exists. And here's the fantastic thing: you're constantly interacting with this field, whether you realize it or not. How can you consciously access this field? One powerful way is through meditation. When you enter a deep meditative state, you align yourself with the quantum field. You move beyond the limitations of your physical senses and tap into a broader reality. But you don't need deep meditation to work with the quantum field. You can start to access it in your everyday life by practicing present moment awareness. When you're fully present, not caught up in thoughts of the past or future, you're more attuned to the possibilities around you. Another way to work with the quantum field is through intention setting. Remember, your thoughts and intentions are energy. When you set a clear intention, you send a signal into the quantum field. You're increasing the likelihood of that possibility manifesting in your life. Pay attention to synchronicities, those meaningful coincidences that guide you in a specific direction. These are often signs that you're in alignment with the quantum field. When you notice these synchronicities, lean into them. They're usually guiding you toward opportunities for growth and expansion. Accessing the quantum field isn't about controlling everything in your life. It's about opening yourself to possibilities beyond what you can see or predict. It's about trusting in a greater intelligence and allowing yourself to be guided by it. Let's explore something fascinating: the science of transformation. We're not just talking about surface level changes here, we're talking about profound shifts that can be measured in brain and body chemistry. You're not just feeling different when you engage in meditation, visualization, and intentional emotion generation practices, you're changing your biology. Studies have shown that regular meditation can increase gray matter in areas of the brain associated with learning, memory, and emotional regulation. But it goes even deeper than that. These practices can change your gene expression. Remember, your genes aren't your destiny. They can be turned on or off based on your thoughts, emotions, and experiences. This field of study is epigenetics, revolutionizing our understanding of human potential. For example, mindfulness practices can lengthen telomeres, the protective caps at the end of chromosomes associated with longevity. In other words, these practices slow down the aging process at a cellular level. And let's talk about some of the remarkable healings and life changes people have experienced. I've seen countless cases of individuals overcoming chronic illnesses, breaking free from addictions, and ultimately transforming their lives through these practices. One particularly striking case was a woman who had been diagnosed with an aggressive form of breast cancer. Through a combination of conventional treatment and intensive mind body practices, she not only went into remission but showed no signs of the disease just a few months later. Her doctors were amazed at the speed of her recovery. Another case involved a man who had struggled with severe depression for decades. After committing to a daily meditation practice and working with emotional coherence techniques, he was able to come off his medication. He reported feeling joy and enthusiasm for life for the first time in years. These aren't isolated incidents. They're examples of what's possible when we tap into our innate ability to heal and transform. The science is precise. We have far more control over our biology and lives than we've been led to believe. All right, we've covered a lot of ground, but now let's bring it all together and talk about becoming the actual creator of your life. This is what it's all about: moving from a place of reacting to life to actively creating it. The first step is shifting from a victim to a creator mentality. This means taking full responsibility for your thoughts, emotions, and actions. It's about recognizing that while you can't control everything that happens to you, you can always control your response. Start by becoming aware of your habitual thoughts and reactions. Are you constantly focusing on what's wrong? Are you blaming others for your circumstances? These patterns keep you stuck in a victim mindset. Instead, ask yourself, how can I use this situation for my growth? What can I create from here? To get clear on what you want to create. What's your vision for your life? Don't just think about it, feel it. Your emotions are the language of your body. Combining clear intention with elevated emotion makes you a powerful creator. Practice living as if your desired future is already here. This isn't about pretending or denying your current reality, it's about aligning your energy with where you want to go. How would you think, feel, and act if you were already living that life? Start embodying that version of yourself now. Creation isn't a one time event, it's a moment by moment choice. Each thought, emotion, and action either moves you toward your vision or away from it. Choose consciously. Don't get attached to how your vision will manifest. When you set an intention and align your energy with it, you open yourself to possibilities beyond what you can imagine. Trust the process. Be open to surprises and synchronicities. Becoming the creator of your life isn't just about personal gain, it also involves contributing to the greater good. As you step into your power, your transformation can inspire and uplift others. You become a beacon of possibility, demonstrating what is achievable. You are not a victim of your genetics, past, or environment. You are a powerful creator capable of shaping your reality. It takes practice, persistence, and courage, but the potential for transformation is always there, waiting for you to claim it. So step into your power. Become the author of your life story. The world is waiting for the unique gifts that only you can bring. We've journeyed through the extraordinary landscape of human potential, uncovering scientific evidence that proves we are far more powerful than we've been led to believe. The research is clear: your mind is not just a passive observer, but an active creator of your reality. Let me share a profound statistic that might change everything you thought you knew. Studies show that approximately 95% of our daily behaviors are driven by subconscious programming. This means most people are alive on autopilot, repeating patterns that limit their potential without realizing it. But here's the transformative truth: you can rewrite your neural programming. You can reshape your brain's neural networks by consistently practicing the techniques we've discussed today. Neuroscience reveals that creating a new neural pathway and establishing a lasting behavioral change takes 21 to 66 days of consistent practice. Imagine the possibilities when you understand that your thoughts generate electromagnetic frequencies interacting with the quantum field. You're not just thinking, you're broadcasting a signal that can manifest your desired reality. This isn't mysticism, this is cutting edge neuroscience and quantum physics. The vibrational vortex channel is committed to bringing you the most advanced, scientifically validated methods for personal transformation. If what you've learned today resonates with you, take action. Subscribe to our channel. Hit that notification bell. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this message. Your transformation begins with a single decision. Today could be the day you step into your true potential. You are not your past or your circumstances. You are a quantum being with infinite potential.